Hi everyone, today we're going to review how to compare whole numbers using the sign for less than, greater than, or equal. We are also using our knowledge of place value in order to compare these numbers. This will help us when we get to decimals. Why? Because we're going to be introduced to new place values, but we can apply what we already know to these new skills and concepts. So with that said, let's review some vocabulary. Let's discuss what compare looks like and means, and to a couple of examples to really help us fully understand what we need to do and how we can do it. So let's start with value. Value is the amount the digit is worth. What is my digit? My digit is a symbol that represents the whole number. So again, a digit is a symbol that represents the whole number, whereas the value of that digit is the amount the digit is worth. How do I know how much it's worth? By where the number is located on the place value chart. So when I look at my place value chart, I realize that I have, for example, a 5 in the tens place. That 5 is the digit. It's the whole number represented in a symbol. But I also know that if I have a 5 in the tens place, it is actually worth, its value is 50. I also should remember, correct, that when I go down the place value chart to the right, the value of my digits becomes smaller. When I move to the left, it becomes bigger. Therefore, if I move the 7 in the ones to 7 in the tens, the value would go from 7 to 70. It is worth 10 times more. This is important to remember. A number in one place value is worth 10 times more than the digit than it would be worth to its right. Therefore, 10,000's place value is 10 times bigger than the 1,000 place value. The 1,000's place value is 10 times bigger than the 100's place value. The 100's place value is worth 10 times more than the 10's place value, and the 10's place value is worth 10 times more than 1's. And I like to use the example of money. I have 1's place. I need 10 ones to get one $10 bill, which means the $10 bill is worth 10 times more than the $1 bill. If I want a $100 bill, I need 10 $10 bills. Therefore, the 100's place value is worth 10 times more than the 10's place value. And the 100's place is worth 100 times more than the 1's place value. I need 100 singles to get one $100 bill. Also, please do not forget that when we're comparing, as I mentioned earlier, we are determining whether a number is bigger than, less than, or equal to another number. So with that knowledge, let's now try to apply what we know to compare specific numbers. Before we go into comparing numbers, let's make sure we remember. It doesn't matter how many digits a number has. What determines the worth, or which one is bigger or smaller, is the value of those digits. You could have a number that has a lot more digits than the other one. That does not mean it's worth more. What determines how much it's worth is where it's located. So with that said, let's go ahead and compare numbers. So I have here 957,635, and I'm comparing it with 962,576. I notice that that both numbers have 6 digits. I like to put them right one below the other so I can really see the digits and compare them. The second thing I make sure to do is go from left to right when I'm looking at my digits. From left to right. Why do I do that? Because as we just talked about, the farther left a digit is in the place value chart, the bigger it is. Therefore, I start with my biggest numbers. I'm going to also label this so I remember and review place value. So ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, and 100,000s. So I am starting in 100,000s. And what I notice is that they both have the exact same digit. Each of them has 9, which means both of them are worth 900,000 there. So I cannot determine which one is bigger based on that. So I go immediately to the place value to the right, which is the 10,000s. And I notice that 6 is bigger than 5. And I stop. I know that 6 is bigger than 5, and I know that this is the second biggest place value in the number, so I am done. Why? Because now I can tell that 962,576 is bigger than 957,635. It doesn't matter how many digits now are to the right, or even what the number is there, because the 6 is bigger than the 5 in the 10,000s place. That one is bigger. So let's check another one. So the second one is 6,000 and 6,060. And I'm going to use my strategy again, which is putting one below the other to really be able to compare them. Once again, I start from the left to the right because the digits to the left of the place value are bigger than the ones to the right. And when I look, I am in the thousands place and they both have 6. So that doesn't help me figure out which one is bigger. So now I move on to the one immediately to the right, which is the hundreds, and they both have 0. So that still doesn't tell me which one is bigger. So I go to my tens place and I see one has 0 and the other one is 6. I know that 6 is bigger than 0. So I circle it for myself. Therefore, I pause and I'm done. This tells me that 6,060 is bigger than 6,000. Let's do one final one. I'm comparing 600 and 599. And I put the 600 and the 599 right below it. Again, I start from the farthest left place value, which in this case is the hundreds. And I have a 6 in one of the numbers and 5 in the other one. And I know that 6 is bigger than 5, so I stop. That tells me that 600 is bigger than 599. And this is important. We tend to look at zeros and then we see numbers like 9, we get confused. Again and again, I want you to remember, the place value tells me how much the digit is worth, not the amount of digits in the number. With that said, I hope you enjoyed this review and I look forward to teaching you decimals next week. Bye!